Hello everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. So I'm thinking this might be my last video of 2023. It's been a wonderful year for me. As you know, I do this as a hobby, and I do it also for my anxiety and PTSD, as well as my depression. Here we are, just 6 months, just over 6 months into this channel here, and it's the end of the year, and I want to thank everybody, all of you, for viewing and subscribing and commenting, and there's a lot of you who I watch, and thank you. I mean, inspiration is everything for me. So, these paintings, they're not exactly fast and loose. I mean, they are, but they're not. Depends on, I guess, what fast and loose is for you and how fast you could paint. I'm not into the fast, the quick. I mean, watercolor is, as people have said it, and I have to take the word for it, watercolor is one of the more challenging painting art forms. I've dabbled in oil, and I've dabbled in acrylics and charcoal and watercolor pencil. I've dabbled in a few things, but I don't know. It's like anything, right? It's subjective, right? Everything is subjective. So, there's no such thing as everything is right, everything is perfect. Everything is completely art, perfect art, or valuable art. And for me, as a lay person, I consider myself to be a lay person, because this is a hobby, it's not a profession. And so for me, as a lay person, there's no such thing as, for me, as in doing, painting in a wrong way, or, I'm not schooled and such. So, anyways, I put a cloth above the ceiling fan, hoping that I could maybe eliminate some of the glare. I am getting ready to rearrange my studio here. By the way, it's not just a workstation where I paint. It's also a recording studio. So I have a lot of big equipment in here. Okay, but oh, and I want to say this too. I'm going to be going live. I actually do. I plan on going live uh, in 2024. And we are this is Tuesday, the 19th of December, 2023. And I do plan on going live maybe once a week for just going live and letting you guys paint along and getting feedback that way. I'm just really grateful about things, and I'm just, like all my paintings, I do it just off of the top of my head. I don't, sometimes I think about like what I want to paint before I actually do paint, but I don't sketch out my paintings. And I want to let you know this too, okay? In case you don't know, there's a difference with what I do, okay, and a lot of other people. Okay, for example, this video you're watching here is you're actually watching me paint. Okay, now to get some of those really awesome effects, really awesome paintings, you'll see a lot of watercolor artists paint. You have to do that. You have to let the paper, you have to let it dry. You have to let it dry, and then you go over it, and then you let it dry, and you go over it again, and you kind of manipulate the colors and everything while letting dry time and everything like that. And that's never been me. Now, when I'm at home, I'm at home, but when I am actually, painting something, like not for, video, but when I'm actually painting something, yeah, I let everything dry, and I do that because I have to. That's how you get your really, if you want to, I don't know if you want to call it your fine definition, your finer paintings done, is by letting it dry. And you know you've got to do that. This is wet on wet, fast and loose. And you know what I use the paper towel a lot to dab it, to kind of dry it, so um, and I hope this is not getting any glare. I really do, because this was, my, when I went ahead and I put on, I actually put one of my towels on the overhead light above the ceiling fan so it wouldn't be a glare. Now, and I want you guys to know this too. Um, when I paint, I'm looking at it at an angle. I'm looking at it from this side, so I'm not like dead on center when I'm painting. Um, and right now everything's pretty wet. Okay. Um, So right now I'm just mixing, just feeling it out, mixing colors here and there. Um, Using this little thing here. Okay, so and here too. Okay, when I listen to me, if you do, uh, if you do, and plan on watching any of my live streams, which I plan on doing in just a few months, I'm going to tell you right now, uh, if you what you need. Okay, you're going to need just basic watercolor paper. Don't matter what size. Just your, I mean the cheap. I'm talking cheap. Your basic brushes, but make sure you have a fan brush, and make sure that you have a flat brush and a round brush and a liner brush, which is very little thin brush. But on the other hand, I use these a lot. Okay, I'm not sponsored. I'm not endorsed by nobody. I use these a lot. These are hake brushes, originated in Japan. Okay, these are Ron Ranson, the Ron Ranson hake brush. And I believe there are 5 different sizes. This is the large, and this is the medium. The goat hair, and these will last you at least 10 years from people I've talked to. That's the only paintbrush that you'll have to order if you're, not around a Walmart or whatever. So I just wanted to let you know. I mean, I think being transparent is everything. So, and I like, sometimes I like doing this. I like just pushing lemon yellow right against blue. Sometimes I like doing that because the lemon yellow, I mean, sticks out like nobody's business. And it's beautiful. Okay. I make my own Payne's Gray. If you could find some, then for sale or whatever, use that. Um, if you can't or haven't, then you can try making your own. And I for me, I enjoy making my own Payne's Gray. Well, I had to make my own Payne's Gray. I had no choice. I had no choice because they don't sell Payne's Gray in where I live, and the nearest art store is about an hour away. So I've been making my own, but I can't wait until I finally get a tube of Payne's Gray. The reason why I like Payne's Gray is because the Payne's Gray that I make is because I can control the color a lot easier, and and such like that. Okay, so I want to call this the round pond. Let's see. Let's see here. We'll do like that. Make a little tree. I have to be honest, guys. I never heard of anyone calling trees tree trunks until I started watching videos, and I have nothing against it, but to me, a tree is a tree is a tree is a tree, and there's no such thing as a bad tree. to me, all trees are perfect. I live in the forest. I live way out in the forest. And when I first moved here, there were no EMS numbers. None. There was no, I didn't have emergency address number when I first moved here. And it took a while. And it was about just over 10 years ago when we finally got any kind of internet. Can you believe that? I do. I live out in the sticks. I moved here from Chicago. Well, via Chicago, born and raised, but by many states and areas. Proud of everywhere I've been. I traveled as a musician and been on the radio and that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's see if it's wet enough to try this. I'll bring a little card here. Now you don't have to go straight down all the way. You can go skip it a little bit, like up here. Oh, it's wet. Very wet. Wow. Okay. You can skip it if you want, just make it your own. Little lines up here. The background. Like up here. And then some rocks over here. Kind of like that. Again, I'm not a schooled artist. My creativity is through music and songwriting and sound production. However, my cousin now, on the other hand, he's the one who recommended I try this, and he is an artist. Not a musician, but an artist. And you could find him at Joe Menza. Just look up Joe Menza on YouTube or Joe Menza on Instagram, and you'll find him. And I was going through some depression and stuff, and my cousin said, "Why don't you try painting?" And I said, "Well, I don't, And I was being real with him. I failed art in high school, and yeah, it's true. I used to paint a lot of buildings, a lot of houses, but I never. When I failed in high school, that's really when, and a lot of it has to do with your teachers too. That's when I gave up on, art, what people call art. But at the same time, I was playing music, right? So, I was writing and recording and performing in high school. And I was, playing when I was a little kid. But, I didn't consider that art. To me, that was just a way of life. It was a way of expression. Now, for me, and I don't know how many can relate to this or not, but for me, as a musician, it's very hard because I'm a musician first, and I will always be. It's really deep in my soul. It's it's so personal that I don't see music. I don't listen to music like a normal person does. I analyze everything I hear. I don't hear music like I used to when I was a kid, and I haven't for over 36 years now. But so I mean, for as far as the music part goes, that is really hard for me. When I let my feelings go on music, that is very deep, and I just, I, you know, but here with painting is different. Um, it, I'm not stressed out about I'm not hearing music, I'm not analyzing music, that kind of thing. And so that's what makes, that's one of the reasons why this has helped me out so much. And anyways, I don't mean to talk your ear off or nothing, but thank you for viewing. And let's see if I can get this on here. Just a little bit, maybe. Thank you so much for viewing. I know these are big birds, right? Which would mean they're closer. But I will be going live in 2024. If you stay in touch with the channel here, then you'll be updated. And please like and share if you appreciate what I do. I do it on my, I don't do it for money, and I just do it to try to help others and encourage others. And I do it for this is my therapy. So with that, I want to wish you guys a wonderful day, a good evening, and a great morning wherever you are. A good peaceful one. Grab some coffee, grab some wine, tea, whatever. Sit down, relax. I don't listen to music when I paint. Some people do. They put headphones on. I don't. I like it really quiet when I paint. I like to listen to the brush strokes. I like to listen to the thumping and the paint sticks and all that. Okay. Well, let me see. Let's see if I can. It's still very wet. And by the way, this is mixed media paper. Okay. So it's not your average watercolor paper. The cool thing about mixed media paper is that you can use acrylic on them, sketch on them, charcoal, anything, and you know, so. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching again. I really appreciate it. And please share it and subscribe. And you might know somebody that might be interested in this and get involved. Sincerely yours, John.